Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe and also click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And if you enjoy this tutorial, please give me a big thumbs up. Okay, so for today's tutorial, you're going to need one of these project boards, and we're going to use the part that's folded in, the smaller part. With the ruler, I just went around and traced out the ruler and made the shape of a rectangle. And on the top of what's going to become my window, I used a glass bowl to make the circle part of my window, and then just use the same ruler to go around it to make it the same width of my sides. Just like so. And then once you're done measuring it out, go ahead and use a box cutter to cut the shape out. Now, once you start cutting the inside of your window, don't throw away that part, because we're going to continue to use the ruler, make the shapes, and make more windows. See how I made a smaller one? Now I'm going to make another smaller one. But I do recommend, once you get down to the smaller window, if you choose to do it this way, only use like half of the ruler as your edging. Just because if you use the whole ruler, it'll still be too thick. So here you have it. You basically end up with two of each size if you use both sides of the project board, the folded part. So once you've cut all the windows out that you choose to use, go ahead and get one of these skewer sticks or roasted marshmallow kind of sticks and cut it to the size of your window. Make sure you leave it a little bit larger, like so you can glue it onto your window. And I just used my hot glue gun because since it's board, it glued good with the hot glue gun. I didn't need any E6000 or Gorilla Glue, but if you feel more comfortable using that, go ahead and use Fix-All or E6000 or what have you. But again, I just felt comfortable with my glue gun, so I just glued the stick to my window and went ahead and set that aside and started with my wires. Now, with your first package, you're going to unravel the wire and cut 6 12-inch strips. And with one package, you can make all 6. Once you've cut all 6 of your 12-inch strips, go ahead and cut 6 6-inch strips. So that's what I'm going to do next. You can cut out more, just depending on the shapes or design that you want to put inside your window. But this is what I used. I'm using this as a backdrop for my Christmas projects. I'm going to use it behind my ski DIY that I made, and I'll link that video here somewhere for you to watch after this tutorial. And here's where I'm cutting my 6-inch 6 wires. You guys let me know in the comments down below what you're going to use this for every day or for the holidays, just like I am. So with your 6-inch wiring, go ahead and just make a little swirl on either side, opposite way from each corner, and then shape it as an S. And you do this to all 6 of your 6-inch wiring. Now your 12-inch wiring, go ahead and just shape it to a swirl on either edge, the end of each one, and then bend it in to make a heart shape. And again, you do that with all your 6 wires. Now go ahead and grab another pack of wiring, and then you're going to make a little hook squeeze that hook together, a little circle, and then you're just going to grab it with some pliers or even with your hands if you can, and start twisting it to make a ring, basically like this. And I wrapped it around itself maybe about 5 or 6 times. But again, you can make it as large as you like or as small. This is where you can, get creative and make all kinds of designs. I tried to stick with something simple for my first project. So I went ahead and made 4 of those little twists. Now I grabbed my window and I'm going to start making my design. I used 2 of the little S designs on the top and kind of made them opposite, and then grabbed some wiring and cut basically like a 3-4 inch strip and started twisting it around my 2 S wire shapes. Now you'll see me using wire to twist and hold everything together. And towards the end, I realized and just, thought about it and said I should just use zip ties, which would be a lot easier. So I do highly recommend you guys to use zip ties instead of doing it with wiring. But of course, if you don't want to use zip ties, you can just use your wire. It just takes a longer time, and you just have to make sure you tighten each wiring every time you twist it around, just to make sure you get a good grip on everything and it's nice and tight and secure. Now, once you're done with the top part, go ahead and grab 2 of your hearts and then cut another piece of wiring and continue to tighten each of the hearts to your window. And here I am just kind of figuring out where I want to place them. And once you're happy with that, go ahead and just start tightening them together. And I just made a little hook and put it underneath both of my hearts, and then just start tightening it. But again, like I said, using zip ties would have been a lot easier. So you just go ahead and tighten your hearts to your window. I spray painted mine silver and made it more like a wood color or style for my board, my frame of my window. You guys let me know down below what you're going to, colors you're going to use. I think I want to make one and spray paint my wire white and then make the black, spray paint my window black, or even copper. Maybe spray paint my wire copper, but maybe on Instagram I'll post a picture if I decide to do one window like that, so you guys can see the difference in shades of color. Or if you guys have an Instagram and decide to make this project, tag me on your pictures so I can see your DIY. I enjoy looking at you guys' creativity and seeing how you guys make these designs and these DIYs that I do. And here's where I realized, why don't I use zip ties? And you'll notice how much faster it goes. So once you're done tightening your hearts, you're going to reshape them, because obviously, they're not the same shape. So you just go ahead and start shaping them to where you're happy with them. Just the only thing is you have to make sure that a piece of each heart, some of it has to touch your window edging or the cardboard in order for you to glue it onto your window so it can be secured. So here I am just shaping my hearts till I'm happy, and now I'm going to glue them down to my window edge. And I just did it with some hot glue, but again, you can use E6000 or another kind of adhesive if you feel more comfortable doing it that way. And once you've glued all your hearts down, go ahead and grab one of the S hooks that you made. And we're going to glue them in between our heart shapes, like so. Now you can do this any way, make any kind of swirl or design, and just put a little dot of hot glue just so it can stay in place. And once it stays in place, get some zip ties and tighten your design together. Now, once you're done securing these designs, you're going to go ahead and get your little swirls and glue them on the front of each one. That way you won't see the wiring or anything, like so. So when you're done doing that, go ahead and grab the other window that you made, the same size, and secure it to the back of the window that you put your metal on. And here I'm using Fix-All and hot glue. Just make sure you press down on it really, really good so it can stay secure to the back of your wiring and window. Just like so. And there you have it. Now you can spray paint it any color. Like I said, you choose to fit your design. I spray painted the middle silver and the window just gray or black. Kind of just when I spray painted the middle, it got onto the board, which didn't bother me. So you go ahead, and I'm going to leave all the colors of the paint that I'm using down below, but you get, I got a light brown. I believe it was hazelnut, and just lightly dry brushed painted the window part, and then whatever was left on my sponge, I just dabbed it onto my metal in just different areas. Now I got a darker brown and did the same steps. Just painted a little on my window or my window frame for a better way of understanding it. And then whatever was left on my sponge, I dabbed it onto my wiring. And you could do as much or as little as you'd like on this part. And there you have it, your metal window frame or metal design window. Now, one of them that I made, I actually put a frame around my window using popsicle sticks. And the arch part of my window, I put the popsicle sticks in hot water and bent them. And if you do that and let them dry bent, they'll stay that way. But I would highly recommend, if you guys decide to do that, use rulers instead. I think it would just look a lot smoother and better. But here you go. Here's my two windows. What do you guys think? I hope you enjoyed this DIY. Till next time, stay blessed. Bye.